Welcome back. We have a Parenting SOS on a Monday dealing with the high cost of childcare. Yes, maybe you're trying to figure out how to make this work. PDX Parent Magazine recently researched this subject, and the author of the article, Nikki Reading, is here to tell us what she found out. And Nikki, welcome, first of all.
Thank you.
What she found out is really quite alarming in terms of what couples are paying for childcare. Kind of break it down for us.
Yeah, so to send an infant to a state licensed childcare facility full-time is about $15,000 a year for childcare. By the time a child reaches 4, that drops to $11,000 a year, but that's still on pace with tuition and fees for University of Oregon to send a child there. So
very substantial.
Right.
And the drop is due to the level of care required as they get older?
For infants, you need more staff members per infant, and also they need obviously a lot more care. By the time you reach potty trained, the price drops a little bit, and by the time they're ready for preschool, then the price drops the most before a child enters school. So.
As you looked into this for the article, what did you find in terms of how parents are making this happen?
Well, a lot of parents just have to decide if they can even afford to go to work. So for the national measure of childcare affordability is that it wouldn't exceed 7% of your income, but many working poor families are spending up to 25% of their income on childcare. So at some point you can't afford to pay for childcare, particularly if you have a child under age 3 where it's the most expensive. So those families are having to decide whether to even return to work. And then often they end up sending a child to a friend's house, or they trade childcare with a friend or a family member. And so that's what many parents have to rely on, is to be really creative with their childcare.
Which in a way can be, a plus for the children because they're getting some socialization, making friends along the way.
If they're going to the same place every time, going to grandma's house and grandma and grandpa's house, that can be a real positive. And certainly a lot of families are able to do that. But many families just aren't, because their parents are still working, and so they're relying on sort of trade care, which if a child is moving from place to place, that may not be ideal.
Yeah, you want to establish that security for them. I know you also found that there's a shortage.
Right. Even though it's so expensive, there are actually only slots in licensed childcare facilities for about 71% of the children under age 6 who need care. So there are, in the state of Oregon, there's about 120,000 spots for care, but there's 166,000 children who are under age 6 and one or both parents is working. And then if you include school-age children who need summer care or before and after school care, that's like 30. There's about 30% of slots available for all of the children who need care. It's completely out of whack.
I don't want to put you in a tough spot here. You are the mother of 2,
Yes.
and having researched this, just a small snippet of advice of what you would tell parents.
Well, we have a lot of resources on pdxparent.com about how to research a facility and how to make sure it's a good fit. And then once you do find care, to really view it as a partnership rather than a service model. So you're volunteering, you're checking in, you're making sure that it's the right fit for your child. And then there's also 211, so you can dial 211 to search for, with help searching for both licensed childcare and then programs that may help for families who just simply can't afford it. So for example, the employment-related daycare is a subsidy program, or Preschool Promise is another program. They're both relatively small and often also have waiting lists, but it's a place to start. Right.
PDXparent.com for more information and to see the article on the cost of childcare. Appreciate you coming by,
Thank you
Nikki.
so much. It was good to see you.
Ashley, Rob?
All right, thank you.